Ladies and gentlemen, you are more than enough. Not because of what you own, what you've accomplished, or how the world perceives you, but because within you lies the very essence of creation itself. The world may try to convince you that you need to become more, achieve more, or acquire more to be worthy, but this is an illusion. The truth is, your worth has always been within you. It has never been contingent upon anything outside of yourself. The moment you begin to understand that your consciousness shapes reality, you step into the true power that's been yours all along. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your imagination, these are the tools by which you create your life. When you look in the mirror, know that the image reflected is not just flesh and bone, it is the embodiment of infinite potential. You are already complete. You are already enough. The idea that you are the creator of your reality is both profound and empowering, as it shifts the focus of our lives from external forces to the internal power that each of us holds. This concept, rooted in the belief that our thoughts and imagination shape the world we experience, is a principle that has been echoed throughout history by spiritual teachers and philosophers. To truly understand and apply this notion is to take full responsibility for the circumstances of our lives, both positive and negative, and to realize that the power to transform our world lies entirely within us. At its core, the belief that you are the creator of your reality means that your life is not the result of random chance or external influences beyond your control. Instead, your thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions shape every aspect of your existence. What you focus on, what you imagine, and what you believe to be true about yourself and the world all coalesce to form your lived experience. It's important to recognize that the reality you are experiencing right now, whether filled with joy, abundance, struggle, or scarcity, is a direct reflection of your internal state of mind. Every thought you entertain, consciously or unconsciously, sends a ripple out into the universe, influencing what you draw into your life. If you constantly focus on fear, lack, or limitation, those vibrations will be mirrored back to you in your everyday experience. Conversely, when your mind is focused on abundance, love, and possibility, your reality will begin to align with those higher vibrations, bringing opportunities, relationships, and events that reflect your inner mindset. It's essential to understand that this process happens whether you are aware of it or not. Often we create our reality from a place of unconscious beliefs. Perhaps you've been conditioned to believe that life is a struggle, or that you are undeserving of success or love. These beliefs, which may have been formed during childhood or through societal conditioning, continue to influence your reality even if you are unaware of them. This is why so many people feel stuck in patterns of lack or hardship, unaware that their deeply held beliefs are at the root of their experience. Once you become conscious of the fact that you are the creator of your reality, you can begin to take control of the process. The first step in this transformation is awareness. Start by examining your thoughts and beliefs. Are they aligned with the kind of life you wish to live? Do they reflect abundance, love, and possibility, or do they echo fear, scarcity, and doubt? This self-inquiry is crucial because without awareness you cannot make the necessary changes to shift your reality. It is also important to realize that you are always in a state of creation, whether you are actively thinking about it or not. Every moment of every day you are shaping your future through the thoughts and feelings you hold in your mind. When you understand this, you can begin to use your imagination more deliberately. Instead of allowing your mind to drift toward worry or fear, you can consciously direct it toward what you wish to experience. This is not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. Instead, it's about choosing to focus your energy on the outcome you desire rather than the one you fear. Imagination is a key tool in the process of creating your reality. When you imagine a future filled with abundance, joy, and success, you are planting the seeds for that future to manifest. The more vividly you can imagine yourself living the life you desire, the more powerfully you are creating it. Imagination is not just a whimsical daydream, it is a creative force that shapes your reality. By spending time each day visualizing the life you want, you begin to shift your energy and align with the frequency of that future reality. One of the most empowering aspects of being the creator of your reality is the understanding that your current circumstances do not define you. No matter where you are in life right now, whether you are experiencing financial difficulties, relationship struggles, or health challenges, you have the power to change your situation. The external world is simply a reflection of your internal state, And by changing your thoughts, beliefs, and focus, you can shift your reality in profound ways. This is not to say that challenges and hardships will never arise. Life will always present us with opportunities for growth, and sometimes these come in the form of difficult experiences. However, when you understand that you are the creator of your reality, you approach these challenges with a different mindset. Instead of feeling powerless or victimized by circumstances, you recognize that you have the ability to respond in a way that aligns with your desired reality. You begin to see obstacles as opportunities for growth and transformation, knowing that your thoughts and actions can shape the outcome. One of the most powerful ways to harness this creative force is through the practice of gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus away from lack and limitation and toward abundance and possibility. When you are grateful for what you already have, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you are aligned with abundance. This in turn attracts more abundance into your life. Gratitude is not just a passive feeling, it is an active force that creates positive momentum in your reality. The more you focus on what you are grateful for, the more you will find to be grateful for. Another important aspect of being the creator of your reality is the power of belief. Your beliefs are like the foundation upon which your reality is built. If you believe that you are deserving of success, love, and happiness, your reality will reflect those beliefs. However, if you hold limiting beliefs such as the idea that you are not good enough or that success is difficult to achieve, those beliefs will manifest in your experience. Changing your beliefs is one of the most powerful ways to shift your reality. This requires a conscious effort to identify and release limiting beliefs, replacing them with empowering ones. Understanding that you are the creator of your reality is one of the most liberating realizations you can have. It places the power back in your hands and allows you to take control of your life. No longer are you a victim of circumstance. Instead, you are the master of your destiny. By becoming aware of your thoughts and beliefs, using your imagination deliberately, and aligning with the energy of abundance, you can create a reality that reflects your highest desires. The power is within you. Now is the time to claim it. Self-perception is one of the most powerful forces that shapes our lives, often in ways we are not even aware of. The way you perceive yourself, your abilities, your worth, and your potential dictates the experiences you attract, the opportunities you pursue, and the relationships you maintain. It is a silent yet constant influence, guiding your actions and reactions, molding your reality moment by moment. This concept goes beyond mere self-confidence or self-esteem. It speaks to the fundamental truth that how you see yourself becomes the lens through which you interpret and interact with the world. Your self-perception is formed from a complex combination of factors. Early life experiences, societal conditioning, and personal beliefs all come together to create a narrative you hold about yourself. Over time, this narrative solidifies into your identity, which is expressed through thoughts, behaviors, and choices. These elements reinforce the version of yourself that you have come to believe in, whether it is empowering or limiting. The challenge, however, is that many people are not aware of the deeply ingrained stories they carry about themselves. Without awareness, these stories continue to play out in their lives, often in ways that restrict their potential. When you believe you are capable, competent, and worthy, you naturally align with experiences that reflect those beliefs. You are more likely to take risks, to step into opportunities, and to trust your instincts. Your self-perception acts as a filter that influences the decisions you make and the actions you take. For example, someone who sees themselves as intelligent and resourceful will approach challenges with a problem-solving mindset, seeing obstacles as opportunities for growth. On the other hand, if you perceive yourself as inadequate or incapable, you are more likely to shy away from challenges, avoiding risks that could lead to growth, and instead choosing comfort or safety. It is important to note that self-perception often operates on a subconscious level. You may not even be aware of how deeply your beliefs about yourself influence your daily life. For instance, if you were told repeatedly as a child that you were not good at math, you may have internalized that belief, carrying it with you into adulthood. Without realizing it, you might avoid situations that require mathematical thinking, and even if you were to try, you might experience feelings of anxiety or frustration because your self-perception has been shaped by that early belief. The story you tell yourself about your abilities, whether true or not, becomes the reality you live. This idea applies to all areas of life, career, relationships, health, and even your emotional well-being. If you see yourself as someone who is unworthy of love or not deserving of happiness, you will unconsciously make choices that confirm those beliefs. You might settle for relationships that do not fulfill you, or you might sabotage opportunities for joy because they conflict with the version of yourself you believe in. Similarly, if you see yourself as someone who is always struggling or facing obstacles, you will likely find that your life reflects that struggle. The universe responds to the energy you project, and if you are projecting a sense of lack or unworthiness, it will mirror that back to you. On the flip side, when you begin to change your self-perception, you can fundamentally transform your life. The first step is awareness, becoming conscious of the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you are capable of. Once you identify the limiting beliefs that have shaped your reality, you can begin the process of rewriting those narratives. This is not an overnight process, but it is one of the most powerful shifts you can make. By consciously choosing to see yourself in a new light, you open the door to new possibilities. For example, let's say you've always seen yourself as someone who is not very social or charismatic. This belief may have caused you to shy away from social interactions, limiting your opportunities to build meaningful relationships or advance in your career. However, if you begin to shift your self-perception, perhaps by reminding yourself that social skills can be learned, or that you are just as worthy of connection as anyone else, you will start to notice changes in how you approach social situations. Instead of avoiding them, you might begin to engage more confidently, and over time, this new behavior will reinforce your emerging self-perception. The more you act in alignment with your new belief, the more it will become part of your identity. Self-perception is not only about how you view your strengths or weaknesses, it is also about how you see your role in the world. Do you see yourself as a victim of circumstance, or as a cancer, as someone who has the power to influence your own destiny? This distinction is crucial. People who perceive themselves as victims often feel powerless and trapped, while those who see themselves as creators of their reality take responsibility for their experiences. They understand that while they may not be able to control every event that happens in their life, they can control how they respond to it, and in doing so shape their future. This shift in perception is incredibly empowering. When you move from seeing yourself as someone who is at the mercy of external forces to someone who has the ability to shape their life, you reclaim your power. You start to make decisions that are aligned with your true desires rather than decisions based on fear or limitation. This doesn't mean that challenges will disappear, but it does mean that you will approach them from a place of strength and confidence, knowing that you have the power to navigate through them. Changing your self-perception is not about ignoring reality or pretending to be something you're not. It's about recognizing the inherent potential that lies within you and aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with that potential. It's about breaking free from the limiting stories you've been telling yourself and embracing a more expansive view of who you are and what you are capable of. The world will reflect back to you the version of yourself that you believe in. If you see yourself as capable, deserving, and powerful, your reality will begin to mirror those beliefs. Another key aspect of self-perception is how it influences your relationships. The way you see yourself often determines the types of relationships you attract and maintain. If you perceive yourself as unworthy of love, you may find yourself in relationships where you are not treated with the respect or care you deserve. Conversely, if you see yourself as valuable and deserving of love, you will attract people who treat you accordingly. Your self-perception sets the standard for how others perceive and interact with you. Your self-perception is the foundation upon which your entire life is built. It shapes your thoughts, your actions, your experiences, and even your interactions with others. When you change how you see yourself, you change the way the world responds to you. The beliefs you hold about yourself become the reality you live, and the good news is that those beliefs are entirely within your control. By consciously choosing to see yourself in a new and empowering way, you can begin to create a life that reflects your true potential. Embracing your divine nature is the recognition that you are far more than just a physical being moving through the world. It is the understanding that you are an expression of something infinite, something greater than your individual self, and that within you resides the spark of divinity. This idea, present in many spiritual traditions and philosophies, invites you to look beyond the surface of everyday life and acknowledge the deeper, spiritual essence that connects you to the universe and all that exists. To embrace your divine nature is to come to terms with the immense potential and creative power that lies within you, and to recognize that this power is always available to you, regardless of external circumstances. At the heart of this concept is the understanding that your essence is not limited by the body you inhabit or the experiences you have had. Your true nature is eternal and boundless. The limitations that you may perceive in your life, whether they are related to your abilities, your resources, or your circumstances, are not reflective of your true self. These limitations are constructs of the mind, built from past experiences, societal conditioning, and the belief systems you have adopted over time. When you begin to recognize that your core being is divine, these limitations start to dissolve, and you can step into a more empowered, expansive version of yourself. One of the key aspects of embracing your divine nature is recognizing your inherent worth. Too often, people tie their sense of worth to external factors such as their job, their relationships, or their achievements. While these things may bring satisfaction, they are not the source of your true worth. Your worth is intrinsic simply because you exist. The divine spark within you is what gives you your value, and it is not something that can be earned or lost. This understanding brings a sense of peace and confidence, as it allows you to stop seeking validation from outside sources and instead turn inward to the eternal wellspring of love and worthiness that is your divine nature. To embrace your divine nature is also to acknowledge that you are connected to the infinite creative force of the universe. This creative power flows through you at all times, whether you are aware of it or not. Your thoughts, intentions, and beliefs act as channels through which this divine energy flows, shaping the circumstances of your life. When you align yourself with this creative force, you become a conscious co-creator of your reality. This means that you are not a passive observer of your life, but an active participant who can influence and shape your experiences through the power of your mind and spirit. Understanding that you are a co-creator of your reality also means accepting responsibility for your life. This does not imply blame or guilt for past circumstances, but rather an acknowledgement that you have the power to shape your future. When you embrace your divine nature, you realize that you are not a victim of fate or circumstance. Instead, you are an empowered being with the ability to direct your life in alignment with your highest good. This recognition frees you from the feeling of helplessness that often accompanies difficult situations and reminds you that, no matter what challenges you face, you have the inner resources to overcome them. Another crucial aspect of embracing your divine nature is understanding that you are connected to all things. The divine spark within you is the same divine essence that exists in every other person, in nature, and throughout the cosmos. This interconnectedness means that you are never truly alone, even in moments when you may feel isolated. The same creative force that animates you also animates the world around you, and when you tap into this awareness, you begin to see the beauty and unity in all things. This realization can deepen your sense of compassion for others as you recognize that the divine nature in them is the same as the divine nature in you. Embracing your divine nature also invites you to trust in the unfolding of life. When you recognize that you are an expression of the divine, you begin to see that everything that happens in your life is part of a greater cosmic order. This does not mean that life will always be easy or free of challenges, but it does mean that you can trust that each experience is serving your growth and evolution. Even difficult situations can be seen as opportunities for you to deepen your connection with your divine essence, as they often push you to look beyond the surface and discover the strength and wisdom that lies within. Part of trusting in life's unfolding is letting go of the need to control everything. When you embrace your divine nature, you begin to understand that while you have the power to shape your reality, there is also a greater intelligence at work, guiding and supporting you. This divine intelligence often works in ways that may not be immediately apparent to the conscious mind, but when you learn to surrender to it, you open yourself up to greater possibilities than you could have imagined. Surrendering to the divine does not mean giving up your desires or goals, but rather trusting that the universe is working with you to bring about the highest good for all involved. Embracing your divine nature also involves cultivating a deep sense of inner peace. When you recognize that you are an expression of the divine, you understand that there is nothing outside of you that can truly harm or diminish your essence. This awareness brings a sense of calm and stability, even in the midst of life's storms. You begin to see that the ups and downs of life are temporary, and that your true self remains untouched by the changing circumstances of the world. This inner peace allows you to navigate life with greater ease and grace, knowing that you are supported by the infinite power of the universe. Embracing your divine nature is a lifelong journey of self-discovery. It is not something that happens overnight, but rather a continuous unfolding as you deepen your understanding of who you truly are. Each moment of your life offers you the opportunity to connect more fully with your divine essence, whether through quiet reflection, meditation, or simply being present to the beauty and wonder of life. The more you tune into this divine aspect of yourself, the more you will experience the joy, love, and abundance that are your birthright as a spiritual being. In essence, to embrace your divine nature is to live in alignment with your highest self. It is to recognize the boundless power and potential that resides within you, and to trust that you are always supported by the infinite intelligence of the universe. When you embrace this truth, you become free to live a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment, knowing that you are not limited by the material world, but are instead a limitless being of divine light and love. The constant pursuit of external validation is a trap that many of us fall into, often without even realizing it. From a young age, we are conditioned to seek approval from others, whether it's from our parents, teachers, peers, or society at large. We come to believe that our worth and value are dependent on how others see us and what they think of us. Over time, this creates a pattern of behavior where we seek out praise, acceptance, and validation from the external world, hoping that it will confirm our worthiness. But this way of living is inherently flawed because it places our sense of self in the hands of others, leaving us vulnerable to their judgments and opinions. To stop seeking external validation is to reclaim your power and recognize that true validation comes from within. It is an act of self-liberation that allows you to live authentically, no longer bound by the need to conform to others' expectations. When you stop looking for approval from the outside, you begin to cultivate a deep sense of self-worth that is unshakable and independent of external circumstances. This internal shift not only transforms the way you see yourself, but also the way you interact with the world. At its core, the desire for external validation is rooted in insecurity and fear. We seek approval from others because we fear that without it, we are not enough. We fear rejection, criticism, and the possibility that we might not be seen as worthy or valuable. This fear drives us to act in ways that are not always true to ourselves, as we bend and mold our behavior to fit what we think others want or expect from us. We may pursue careers, relationships, or lifestyles that don't resonate with our true selves, all in an attempt to gain approval from the outside world. But no matter how much external validation we receive, it never truly satisfies because it is built on a shaky foundation of fear and self-doubt. The problem with relying on external validation is that it is fleeting and unreliable. People's opinions and judgments are constantly changing, often based on their own insecurities, biases, and experiences. What may be praised today could be criticized tomorrow. If your sense of self-worth is tied to these ever-changing external factors, you will find yourself in a perpetual state of instability, constantly seeking the next hit of approval to feel good about yourself. This creates a cycle of dependence where your emotional well-being is dictated by the opinions of others, leaving you disempowered and disconnected from your true self. On the other hand, when you stop seeking external validation, you begin to build a foundation of self-worth that is steady and enduring. You recognize that your value does not come from what others think of you, but from the inherent worth that you possess simply by being alive. This shift allows you to break free from the need for external approval and to start living in alignment with your own truth. You become more authentic, more grounded, and more confident in who you are because your worth is no longer contingent on the validation of others. One of the key realizations that comes with letting go of external validation is that no one else can define your worth. Only you have the power to decide how valuable and worthy you are. When you seek approval from others, you are essentially giving them the power to define your value, but in reality they do not have that power unless you give it to them. By reclaiming that power, you take back control over your own sense of self-worth, and you stop allowing others to dictate how you feel about yourself. This internal validation comes from a deep sense of self-acceptance and self-love. It requires you to embrace yourself fully with all your strengths, weaknesses, imperfections, and unique qualities. It means recognizing that you are enough just as you are without needing anyone else to confirm it. This kind of self-acceptance does not come from arrogance or inflated ego. Rather, it comes from a place of humility and understanding that you are inherently worthy, regardless of external opinions or achievements. When you cultivate internal validation, you become less reactive to criticism and rejection. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others or to constantly seek their approval because you know your worth does not depend on it. This doesn't mean that you become indifferent to feedback or the opinions of others, but rather that you are able to take it in without letting it define you. You can listen to constructive criticism with an open mind, but ultimately your sense of self is not swayed by it. Stopping the search for external validation also allows you to live with greater freedom. When you are no longer preoccupied with what others think, you are free to make choices that are aligned with your true desires and values. You stop conforming to societal expectations or the expectations of those around you, and instead you begin to live a life that is authentic to who you are. This kind of authenticity is incredibly liberating, as it allows you to fully express yourself without fear of judgment or rejection. Living authentically means trusting yourself and your inner guidance. It means listening to your own intuition and following the path that feels right for you, even if it goes against the grain or challenges the norms of those around you. This kind of self-trust is built over time as you learn to listen to your own inner voice rather than the voices of others. The more you trust yourself, the less you will need external validation, because you will know that you are capable of making decisions that are right for you. In the process of letting go of external validation, it's important to recognize that this does not mean isolating yourself from others or becoming indifferent to their feelings and opinions. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding, and it's natural to want to be liked or appreciated by those around us. However, the key is to not let those desires control you or dictate your sense of self-worth. You can value the opinions of others without relying on them for validation. You can appreciate praise or recognition when it comes, but you don't need it to feel good about yourself. When you stop seeking external validation, you step into your own power. You realize that you are the only one who can truly validate your worth, and that this validation comes from within. This inner validation is not dependent on your achievements, your status, or the opinions of others. It is an unwavering belief in your own inherent value. This belief allows you to navigate the world with confidence, knowing that you are enough just as you are. By letting go of the need for external validation, you create space for true self-expression, creativity, and fulfillment. You stop living for others and start living for yourself. You become more in tune with your own desires, passions, and purpose, and you begin to create a life that is aligned with your authentic self. This is the ultimate freedom, the freedom to be yourself unapologetically, without the need for approval or validation from anyone else. And in this freedom, you will find a deeper sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment than you ever could by seeking validation from the outside world. Claiming your desires as already yours is a powerful mindset that shifts how you perceive reality and how you interact with the world around you. This concept challenges the typical approach of waiting for things to happen or for your circumstances to align before feeling satisfied or complete. Instead, it encourages you to live in the end, to act as though your deepest desires have already been fulfilled. By embodying the feeling of your desires being a reality right now, you begin to align yourself with the energy of having rather than wanting. This shift in consciousness is transformative, as it places you in a position of power, where you become the creator of your experience rather than a passive observer waiting for things to change. At the core of this approach is the understanding that the universe, or the field of infinite possibilities, responds not to what you want, but to what you believe and feel to be true. When you focus on your desires as something in the distant future or as something that you lack, you are sending out an energetic signal of absence. This signal reinforces the reality of not having what you want, which in turn perpetuates a cycle of longing and waiting. In essence, by constantly focusing on what you don't have, you continue to create experiences that reflect that lack. When you claim your desires as already yours, you are sending a very different signal to the universe. You are affirming that you are already in possession of what you desire, that it is already a part of your reality. This shift in perception creates a powerful energetic alignment between you and your desired outcome. Rather than focusing on what is missing, you focus on the fulfillment of your desires, allowing yourself to experience the emotions, thoughts, and actions that align with that reality. This practice not only accelerates the manifestation process, but also brings a sense of peace and satisfaction in the present moment, as you no longer feel like you are chasing something outside of yourself. Claiming your desires as already yours requires a deep level of faith and trust in the unseen forces that govern your life. It asks you to step into the unknown and believe in the reality of your desires, even when the physical evidence has yet to appear. This is where many people struggle, as they are often conditioned to rely solely on what they can see, touch, and measure. But manifestation operates on a higher level, one that transcends the limitations of the physical world. It requires you to trust that your desires are already in the process of coming to fruition, even if they haven't yet materialized in your current reality. One of the key components of this practice is feeling the emotions associated with the fulfillment of your desires. Emotions are powerful energy carriers, and they play a crucial role in the manifestation process. When you feel as though your desires are already yours, you begin to vibrate at the frequency of having them, which naturally attracts experiences and opportunities that are in alignment with that frequency. For example, if your desire is to experience financial abundance, you must begin to feel abundant now, even if your bank account does not yet reflect that abundance. By cultivating the feeling of wealth, whether through gratitude, generosity, or simply embodying the mindset of someone who is financially secure, you create a powerful resonance that draws more wealth into your life. It's important to understand that claiming your desires as already yours is not about pretending or living in a state of denial. It's about aligning with the version of yourself that already exists in a reality where your desires have been fulfilled. This version of you thinks, feels, and behaves differently from the version of you who is still waiting for things to happen. By tapping into the thoughts, emotions, and actions of this future self, you begin to bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Another essential aspect of this practice is letting go of the need to control how or when your desires will manifest. Often people become fixated on the specific details of how their desires should come to fruition, which can create resistance and block the manifestation process. When you claim your desires as already yours, you release the need to micromanage the universe. You trust that the path to your desires will unfold in the most harmonious and timely way, even if it doesn't look exactly as you envisioned. This surrender allows you to stay open to unexpected opportunities and possibilities that may be even better than what you originally imagined. Letting go also means releasing any attachment to the outcome. When you are attached to a specific result, you create a sense of lack and neediness that can actually repel what you desire. On the other hand, when you claim your desires as already yours, you cultivate a sense of detachment, knowing that you are already complete and whole, regardless of whether your desire has manifested yet. This detachment creates a space of allowance, where your desires can flow to you naturally, without the interference of doubt or desperation. Another important element of this process is acting in accordance with your desires. Once you have claimed your desires as already yours, your actions must align with that belief. This means taking inspired action that reflects the reality you want to create. For instance, if you desire to be in a loving relationship, you should start acting as though you are already in that relationship. This doesn't mean you should pretend to have a partner when you don't, but rather that you should embody the qualities of someone who is in a loving, committed relationship. You might start by treating yourself with the love, care, and respect that you would expect from a partner. You might also engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, as someone who is already in a happy relationship would do. These actions create a powerful alignment between your inner world and your desired outcome, accelerating the manifestation process. Another benefit of claiming your desires as already yours is that it shifts your focus from lack to gratitude. When you live in the energy of having your desires, you naturally become more grateful for the blessings in your life. This gratitude creates a positive feedback loop, where the more you appreciate what you have, the more you attract things to be grateful for. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions for manifestation, as it aligns you with the frequency of abundance and fulfillment. It's also important to be patient with yourself during this process. Shifting your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance doesn't happen overnight, especially if you've spent years or even decades operating from a place of wanting and waiting. It takes time to reprogram your mind and emotions to align with the reality of having rather than desiring. But with consistent practice, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your thoughts, feelings, and actions, which will ultimately lead to tangible changes in your external reality. Claiming your desires as already yours is a profound and empowering practice that allows you to take control of your reality. By shifting your focus from lack to fulfillment, from waiting to having. You align yourself with the energy of your desires and accelerate their manifestation. This practice requires faith, trust, and the willingness to let go of old patterns of thinking and behaving. But once you embrace this mindset, you will find that the world responds to you in ways that reflect your newfound sense of abundance, wholeness, and possibility. Gratitude for what is already present is one of the most transformative attitudes you can adopt in life. It shifts your focus from what is lacking to what you already have, and in doing so, it fosters a sense of abundance, joy, and contentment. The practice of gratitude is not about ignoring the challenges or difficulties in life, but rather about choosing to focus on the blessings, no matter how small, that are already available to you. This shift in perspective has the power to change your emotional state, your mindset, and ultimately your entire experience of life. Gratitude begins with a simple acknowledgement of what is good in your life at this moment. It's easy to fall into the trap of always looking forward, waiting for something to happen that will make you feel happy or complete. We often say to ourselves, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, or I'll feel fulfilled when I find the right partner, but this kind of thinking keeps happiness and fulfillment perpetually out of reach because it is always contingent on some future event. Gratitude, on the other hand, invites you to pause and appreciate the present moment, to recognize the good that already exists in your life without needing anything to change or improve. When you practice gratitude for what is already present, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. You begin to see that life is not something that needs to be fixed or improved upon, but something that is already rich with blessings and opportunities. This shift in focus can be incredibly liberating, as it frees you from the constant striving and chasing after more. Instead of feeling that you are always lacking something, you come to realize that you already have enough, and that more good things will naturally flow to you when you are in a state of appreciation. One of the most profound aspects of gratitude is its ability to elevate your emotional state. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you naturally experience more positive emotions such as joy, contentment, and peace. These emotions are not only pleasurable in and of themselves, but they also have a ripple effect on other areas of your life. When you are feeling good, you are more likely to be kind to others, to make better decisions, and to approach challenges with a calm and open mind. Gratitude, therefore, is not just a fleeting emotion, but a powerful tool for enhancing your overall well-being and resilience. Gratitude also helps to reframe your perspective on challenges and difficulties. It's easy to be grateful when everything is going well, but the real power of gratitude lies in its ability to transform how you view adversity. When you approach difficulties with a sense of gratitude, you begin to see them not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. You start to recognize that even in the midst of hardship, there are things to be thankful for, whether it's the strength and resilience you are developing, the support of loved ones, or the lessons you are learning along the way. This doesn't mean that you should ignore or suppress negative emotions. It's important to acknowledge and process feelings of sadness, anger, or frustration when they arise. But gratitude allows you to hold space for these emotions while also recognizing that they are not the whole picture. Even in the darkest of times, there are always things to be grateful for, and focusing on these things can provide a sense of hope and perspective that helps you navigate through difficult situations with greater ease. Practicing gratitude for what is already present also strengthens your relationships with others. When you take the time to appreciate the people in your life, their kindness, their support, their unique qualities, you deepen your connection with them. Gratitude encourages you to focus on the positive aspects of your relationships rather than dwelling on any shortcomings or conflicts. This shift in focus fosters more harmonious and fulfilling relationships, as it encourages you to express appreciation and kindness toward others, which in turn strengthens the bond between you. Gratitude has the power to attract more of what you want into your life. This is because when you focus on what you are grateful for, you are sending out a signal to the universe that says, I appreciate this and I welcome more of it. This creates a positive feedback loop, where the more you focus on the good in your life, the more good things come your way. This is often referred to as the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. When you are in a state of gratitude, you are vibrating at a high frequency, and you naturally attract more experiences, people, and opportunities that match that frequency. When you focus on what is lacking or what is wrong in your life, you are sending out a signal of lack, which attracts more of the same. This is why it's so important to cultivate gratitude, even when things are not exactly as you would like them to be. By focusing on the good that is already present, you shift your energy from one of lack to one of abundance, which opens the door for more positive experiences to flow into your life. Another important aspect of gratitude is its ability to bring you into the present moment. So often we spend our time ruminating on the past or worrying about the future, which takes us out of the here and now. Gratitude, however, is a practice that grounds you in the present. When you take the time to reflect on what you are grateful for in this moment, you are fully present, fully aware of the richness of life as it is right now. This presence is the key to living a more joyful and fulfilling life because it allows you to savor the beauty and abundance that is already around you, rather than constantly looking ahead to what's next. Gratitude also cultivates a sense of humility and interconnectedness. When you practice gratitude, you acknowledge that many of the blessings in your life are the result of the contributions of others and the larger forces at play in the universe. This recognition fosters a sense of humility, as you realize that you are not the sole architect of your success or happiness. You begin to see how interconnected your life is with the lives of others, and how much you have to be thankful for, even in the smallest of ways. This sense of interconnectedness not only deepens your appreciation for the people and circumstances in your life, but also encourages you to give back and contribute to the well-being of others. The practice of gratitude can be incorporated into your daily life in many simple ways. Whether through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you are thankful for, gratitude can become a regular habit that transforms your outlook on life. Over time, you will begin to notice that the more you practice gratitude, the more natural and effortless it becomes. It becomes second nature to focus on the good in your life, and as a result, you experience more joy, peace, and fulfillment on a daily basis. Gratitude for what is already present is a practice that can transform every aspect of your life. By focusing on the blessings that are already available to you, you shift your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. This shift not only enhances your emotional well-being, but also attracts more of what you want into your life. Gratitude helps you to reframe challenges, strengthen relationships, and bring you into the present moment, where you can fully appreciate the richness of life as it is. Ultimately, gratitude is a powerful tool for creating a life filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment, simply by acknowledging and appreciating the good that is already here. Gratitude for what is already present serves as a transformative force that reshapes the way we experience life. It moves us from a mindset of scarcity and lack into one of abundance and fulfillment. By focusing on the blessings already around us, we not only elevate our emotional state, but we also attract more positive experiences and opportunities into our lives. Gratitude helps us embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, deepens our connections with others, and brings us fully into the present moment, where true joy and peace reside. It is through this conscious practice of appreciation that we begin to see life not as something to be fixed or chased after, but as something already rich and full. When we live in a state of gratitude, we align ourselves with the flow of abundance, inviting even greater blessings into our lives and discovering that, in truth, we already have more than enough.